Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. Make it a rule never to give a child a book. You would not read yourself. You see things, you say, why? But I dream things that never were, and I say, why not? If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh. Otherwise they'll kill you. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore all progress depends on the unreasonable man. Animals are my friends, and I don't eat my friends. Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. There are two tragedies in life. One is to lose your heart's desire, the other is to gain it. Youth is wasted on the young. If you cannot get rid of the family skeleton, you may as well make it dance. There is no love sincerer than the love of food. Never wrestle with pigs. You both get dirty and the pig likes it. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. The liar's punishment is, not in the least that he is not believed, but that he cannot believe anyone else. Why should we take advice on sex from the Pope? If he knows anything about it, he shouldn't. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. A Native American elder once described his own inner struggles in this manner. Inside of me there are two dogs. One of the dogs is mean and evil, the other dog is good. The mean dog fights the good dog all the time. When asked which dog wins, he reflected for a moment and replied, "The one I feed the most." Patriotism is, fundamentally, a conviction that a particular country is the best in the world because you were born in it. You use a glass mirror to see your face. You use works of art to see your soul. He knows nothing, and he thinks he knows everything. That points clearly to a political career. A pessimist is a man who thinks everybody is as nasty as himself, and hates them for it. Dancing is a perpendicular expression of a horizontal desire. My way of joking is to tell the truth. It's the funniest joke in the world. If you have an apple and I have an apple, and we exchange these apples, then you and I will still each have one apple. But if you have an idea and I have an idea, and we exchange these ideas, then each of us will have two ideas. After all, the wrong road always leads somewhere. Hatred is the coward's revenge for being intimidated. Both optimists and pessimists contribute to society. The optimist invents the aeroplane, the pessimist the parachute. You don't stop laughing when you grow old. You grow old when you stop laughing. Liberty means responsibility. That is why most men dread it. When a man wants to murder a tiger, he calls it sport. When a tiger wants to murder him, he calls it ferocity. Better keep yourself clean and bright. You are the window through which you must see the world. When a thing is funny, search it carefully for a hidden truth. The man who writes about himself and his own time is the only man who writes about all people and all time. All great truths began as blasphemies. There are those that look at things the way they are and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask why not. Without art, the crudeness of reality would make the world unbearable. The trouble with her is that she lacks the power of conversation, but not the power of speech. The most tragic thing in the world is a man of genius who is not a man of honor. Liquor is a chloroform which enables the poor man to endure the painful operation of living. Criminals do not die by the hands of the law. They die by the hands of other men. Life does not cease to be funny when people die any more than it ceases to be serious when people laugh. We learn from experience. That men never learn anything from experience. A government which robs Peter to pay Paul can always depend on the support of Paul. Power does not corrupt men, fools, however, if they get into a position of power, corrupt power. Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire, you will what you imagine, and at last you create what you will. You'll never have a quiet world till you knock the patriotism out of the human race. When a stupid man is doing something he is ashamed of, he always declares that it is his duty. Doing what needs to be done may not make you happy, but it will make you great. Silence is the most perfect expression of scorn. Do not do unto others as you would that they should do unto you. Their tastes may not be the same. The difference between a lady and a flower girl is not how she behaves, but how she's treated. If you can't appreciate what you've got, you'd better get what you can appreciate. As long as I have a want, I have a reason for living. Satisfaction is death. Choose silence of all virtues, for by it you hear other men's imperfections and conceal your own. You have learnt something. That always feels at first as if you have lost something. Happy is the man who can make a living by his hobby. Beware of false knowledge. It is more dangerous than ignorance. Marriage is in a land centered into by a man who can't sleep with the window shut and a woman who can't sleep with the window open. You are going to let the fear of poverty govern your life, and your reward will be that you will eat, but you will not live. There are no secrets better kept than the secrets that everybody guesses. If you take too long in deciding what to do with your life, you'll find you've done it. A woman always chooses the man who chose a different woman.